Salam alaikum, Mr. Brother CHAARAWTAZA, GMSORLANDO. Alright, so found this article on these Jews in Coca-Cola. Forgive my voice, man. I've been sick, so you have to forgive my voice, choppy and everything like that. One more other thing is on the main page, GMS Orlando Camp 2. We haven't had any videos up because the camera that we have, something's wrong with it. So we got to get another one. So when we get another one, we start putting videos up. But for now, just keep putting out sit-downs. Jews in America, the kosher of Coca-Cola. So I just wanted to bring this story out and read some scriptures behind it. Alright, so it says, as a symbol of American culture, Coca-Cola has penetrated every nation in the world and is served at the most strictly kosher events. While Coke has been on the market since 1886, only since 1935 has it been certified kosher, including kosher pashek, which is kosher for Passover. Rabbi Tobias Giffen, as Orthodox rabbi who served the Landers congregation Shearith Israel from 1910 until his death in 1970 at the age of 99, is responsible for kosher Coke. Rabbi Griffin was an unlikely contributor to the worldwide success of the beverage. Born in Kovono, Lithuania in 1870, he emerged to Canton, Ohio in 1903 and accepted his Atlanta pulpit 7 years later. During his long tenure at Shearith Israel, Griffin became the dean of the Southern Jewish Orthodoxy. As millions of Eastern European Jews who migrated to the United States from Poland, Lithuania, and Russia, these are not real Jews, might I add you. These are Jewish converts. They converted to Judaism. These are not the real Jews. That's why I'm bringing this out. It says Ukraine and elsewhere in Eastern Europe before World War I became more Americanized. They wanted increasingly to partake of the real American life, including consuming American foods and beverages, while Slitzer water, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is carbonated water, like soda water. While Slitzer water might have been the preference of many traditional Jewish immigrants, their rapidly assimilated children and grandchildren demonstrated their Americanization by drinking Coke. Because he lived in Atlanta, where the Coca-Cola company was headquartered, Rabbi Giffen received letters from several Orthodox rabbinic colleagues around the nation asking whether it was halakhically permissible to consume Coca-Cola. Uncertain of the answer, Griffin contacted the company to ask for a list of Coke's ingredients. At the time, Rabbi Giffen did not know that the formula for Coca-Cola is a closely guarded trade secret. Now, a trade secret is something that a company, like if a company has a product, they'll have a certain formula or certain instructions on how to make that product, and it'll be a trade secret, meaning that nobody else will even know it. Not even the employees will really know it. They might know one part of it, but they won't know the whole thing. And then even if you got a job there, you will have to sign a contract that you will not tell anybody this trade secret. They'll make you sign a contract. So this how serious these trade secrets are, man. It's a serious thing, man. They won't just tell anybody. It's like you can't just, like, I can't just go call Coca. Well, I can't. You can't just go call Coca-Cola and say, hey, let me see your list of ingredients. Yeah, I think even on the back of the ingredient list, they probably don't tell you all the fucking ingredients, because it's a trade secret. All right, it says, however, once Rabbi Griffin acquired, the Coca-Cola company made a corporate decision to allow him to access to the list of ingredients in Coke's secret formula, providing he swore to keep them in utter secrecy. Griffin agreed to the terms. The company did not tell Griffin the exact proportion of each ingredient, but just gave him a list of contents by name. Now, in order for Coca-Cola to make this decision, now this is what, what did they say? What time period was this? 1935? This is around 1930s, man. This is the time when we were sharecropping Negroes, which is another form of slavery. Those, if I'm not mistaken, around those days. You think that if these people were the bottom of the bottom, that Coca-Cola would give them their trade secret, their ingredients? This is before the ingredient list had to be put on the back of the carton or whatever. So in order for this man to get these ingredients, he had to have some sort of power. America had to have some sort of respect for these so-called Jewish people, right? For him to get this ingredient list so easily. I mean, they made a corporate decision. But let's keep going. And at the end, we'll go through some scriptures. At the time, all right, it says when Griffin was given the list of ingredients, he discovered that one of them was glycerin, made from non-kosher beef tallow. Even though a laboratory chemist told Griffin that the glycerin was present in only 1 part per 1,000, 1 part is 60, is dilute enough to earn kosher certification. Kosher certification, I remember that. Griffin informed the Coca-Cola company that since this glycerin was a planned rather than accidental added ingredient, observant Jews could not knowingly tolerate its inclusion. Coke failed to meet Griffin's standards. Back at the company's laboratories, research scientists went to work providing a substitute for tallow-based glycerin and discovered that Procter & Gamble produced a glycerin from cottonseed and coconut oil. When they agreed to use this new ingredient, Griffin gave his Heckscher or seal of approval for Coke to be marked as kosher. Now they have these on products, these seals nowadays. A lot of the grocery stores, a lot of shit in the grocery stores, they had to make the shit kosher. And they had a little K on the bottom somewhere. For these people right here, these people get special treatment. It says still, and it's not because they're Jews. I'll say that. It's not because they're the real Jews. It says still, a second problem vexed Griffin. The formula for Coke included traces of alcohol that were a byproduct of grain kernels. Since anything derived from grain is chametz, or forbidden at Passover, Coca-Cola could not be certified kosher for use at Passover, even after the formula was changed to include vegetable-based glycerin. Coke's chemists experimented and found that during the Passover season, they could substitute sweeteners produced from beet sugar and cane sugar for grain-based ones without compromising Coke's taste. They agreed to start manufacturing Coke with new sugars several weeks before Passover each year. You see how they make this agreement with this dude? They went to research shit and made an agreement that they would start making the Coke with different ingredients so that these so-called Jews can consume it during Passover. It says Rabbi Giffen was pleased to have performed this service for the American Jewish people and the Coca-Cola Company. In his papers, which are housed in the archive of the American Jewish Historical Society, researchers can find a teshuva rabbinic response that Giffen wrote, which includes the following: because Coca-Cola has already been accepted by the general public in this country, in Canada, and because it has become an insurmountable problem to induce the great majority of Jews to refrain from partaking of this drink, I have tried earnestly to find a method of permitting its usage. With the help of this supposed to be God, I have been able to cover a pragmatic solution in which there would be no question nor any doubt concerning the ingredients of Coca-Cola. Thanks to Robert Giffen, even the most observant Jew can feel comfortable that things go better with Coke. Alright, this is from the Jewish Virtual Library, a project of the American Israeli, not Israelite, but the American Israeli Cooperative Enterprise. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. So, if these people are supposed to be the fake Jews, right? I mean, if these people are supposed to be the real Jews, that's what they say, they're the real Jews. Then why don't they fit these things in Deuteronomy chapter 28? These curses. Let's read some of them. Because this is what the Most High said about Israel. He said that Israel will go through these things as a sign. We're going to read it. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee. Thou shalt be destroyed. Thou shalt be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder in and upon thy seed forever. Okay? This is supposed to be on the Israelites, the real Jews, and the Israelites forever, which means a very long time. Okay? Not 5 years, not 10 years, but a long, long time. I would go so far as to say thousands, hundreds, thousands. Deuteronomy 28 and 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand upon for to do. It says, the Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. And people gonna be vexing you, man. Everything you're gonna do, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get mad. People gonna be talking shit about you in everything that you do. It says, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings whereby thou hast forsaken me. Now, would it make sense that if they were under this curse right here, that they would be able to go to this big corporation called Coca-Cola in a racist country called America and make this whole corporation go out of their way to make their product safe for one segment of the population, one new segment of the population? Now remember, these people are just migrating from Europe, Eastern Europe, to America, meaning they're not a big population in America. So, if they fit under these curses, why would Coca-Cola be going out of their way researching new ingredients and every year changing their ingredients a couple weeks before the Passover to make sure that it's kosher for these people, to make sure that this one segment of this one population or group can drink this shit? That don't sound like they fit these curses at all. Verse 28, Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Does this sound like they came to this country, migrated from Eastern Europe and came to this country, and everybody else was very high and they were low? This sound like they came over here with some kind of on a pedestal. That a major company like Coca-Cola will release their trade secret. Not only release their trade secret, but bow to their will, man. And change the ingredients and research new ingredients and go out of their way to change their product for them, for the fake so-called Jews. This doesn't sound like this curse fits them. Why doesn't these things fit them? Revelation chapter 2 verse 8, 2 verse 9. I know that works, that tribulation and poverty. Wait, hold on. How does he know I work in tribulation and poverty? That means that these people supposed to be in poverty. Now, people that's poverty stricken has no power. Without money, you can't have power. You can't have influence. So how is it that these group of people migrated from Europe, come to America, and they have power? Scripture say that the Israelites is going to be in poverty. It says, but thou art rich. Now notice that's in parentheses. What is that talking about? Rich in knowledge. It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Uh-oh, somebody ain't the real Jews. Why is it that these people can do this? Because these people are not the real Jews. That's why. So that was just a, we're going to call this quick. This is just a quick fact, man. When I find articles like this, I'll just do a little something to it. So, just one more quick thing. I'm not done with the whole polite thing. I just been sick, battling some sicknesses. When I get a little better, I'll go ahead and do it. Finish up that. So with that, I say YAHAWASHI, Barakatham. All praise to YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders, Great Millstone. Blessing go out to the brothers that teach in truth and sincerity and that believe. Shalom, Akim.